I still remember the first time Claire Bennett smiled at me. Are you sitting here? I looked up from my cheap coffee and nodded. Unless you need the chair. I do. You could have asked nicer. She laughed. Fine. Please move. I think I'm already in love with you. She stared at me. I panicked. That was a joke. It was a terrible joke. But you smiled. I smile at stupid things. That was how I met Claire. 3 years later, we were sitting on the steps outside our college library, planning a future neither of us could afford. I want a little house, Claire said. With a huge kitchen? Why huge? Because you burn everything. She pushed my shoulder. I can cook. You once burned toast. That toast was old. I laughed, and she leaned against me. Ethan, yeah. Do you think we'll really get married? I looked at the simple ring on her finger. I know we will. My parents won't like it. They don't like me. They think you need more money. I'll earn it. Claire turned toward me. I don't care about money. You should. I care about you. I kissed her forehead. Then I'll spend my whole life making sure you never regret choosing me. For a while, I believed those words were enough. Then Ryan Mitchell appeared. He arrived at Claire's family dinner wearing an expensive suit and speaking like every room belonged to him. Her father stood immediately. Ryan, good to see you. Ryan smiled. Mr. Bennett. I stood too. Claire's mother barely looked at me before turning back to Ryan. You've changed so much, she said. Ryan laughed. Hopefully for the better. Claire squeezed my hand beneath the table. Ethan, this is Ryan. We've met, I said. Ryan extended his hand. Of course. Claire has mentioned you. I shook it. His grip was firm. So, he said, you work at a small design firm? For now. Ambitious. I heard the insult beneath the word. Claire frowned. Ryan. He raised his hands. I meant nothing by it. Her father smiled. Ryan is managing a major project in New York. He's doing very well. I forced a smile. Good for him. That night, Claire walked me to my car. You're upset. No. You are. I don't like him. You barely know him. I know enough. She sighed. Nothing has changed, Ethan. Then why did your father look at him like he was the son he always wanted? Because my father cares about money. And you? I care about you. I wanted to believe her. But over the next few weeks, Claire changed. She answered my calls late. She canceled dinners. She stopped talking about our wedding. One night, I finally asked her, Claire, what's happening? Nothing. Don't lie to me. I'm not lying. You barely look at me anymore. She covered her face. Ethan, please. Please what? I need time. For what? To think. About us. She started crying. Yes. My chest tightened. Is there someone else? No. Then why are you pushing me away? I don't know. Do you still love me? She looked at me for several seconds. I don't know. Those 4 words broke something inside me. The next morning, Claire was gone. Her apartment was empty. Her phone was off. I called again, and again, and again. Finally, someone answered. Ethan. My blood went cold. Ryan. Yes. Where is Claire? She's safe. Put her on the phone. She doesn't want to speak to you. That's not your decision. It is now. I gripped the phone. Listen carefully. I don't care how rich you are. If Claire wants me gone, she can tell me herself. Ryan stayed silent. Then he said, stay away from her. I won't. You'll only hurt yourself. Let Claire tell me that. She already did. No, she didn't. I hung up. Hours later, Claire finally agreed to meet me. We stood outside the cafe where we had celebrated our first anniversary. I stared at her. Tell me this isn't true. She looked down. Ethan, look at me. She raised her eyes. I am sorry. Don't apologize. Tell me. Her voice shook. I cannot choose you. My heart dropped. Choose me over Ryan? She said nothing. Claire, do you love him? She looked away. Answer me. I don't know. I nodded slowly. Her silence was enough. I could have begged. I could have screamed. Instead, I stepped back. If this is your choice, I won't stop you. Ethan, please. No. Tears filled her eyes. I never wanted to hurt you. But you did. I walked away. I remembered another night, when we sat on my apartment floor eating noodles. Are you embarrassed by this place? I asked. Claire shook her head. Never. Your parents think you deserve better. I don't care what they think. You might someday. She took my hand. Then remind me who I am. I will. She smiled. Promise. Promise. Back then, I thought promises could protect people. I was wrong. When I reached the cafe after our meeting, Daniel was waiting outside my apartment later that evening. You look absolutely terrible, my brother said. I lost her. Did she choose Ryan? I nodded. Daniel looked at me quietly. Then don't lose yourself too. I don't know how to do that. Start by surviving tonight. I can't. I know. He hugged me. For the first time, I let myself cry. That night, I spread our wedding plans across my bedroom floor. The venue contract, the guest list, the invitations, our future. I tore everything apart. My hands shook as I whispered, I will never chase someone who chooses to leave me. Then my phone buzzed. One message. From Claire. Please forgive me someday. You don't know the whole truth. I stared at those words until my eyes burned. What truth? There was no reply. For the first time, I understood that losing Claire was not the end of my pain. It was only the beginning. 5 years passed after I walked away from Claire. I moved to Boston with 2 suitcases, a broken heart, and enough money to survive for 3 months. Daniel called me every night. You sound terrible. I am fine. You've said that for 6 months. Then believe me. I don't. I laughed quietly. What do you want me to say? I want you to stop punishing yourself for Claire's decision. She chose Ryan. Yes. She chose him over me. Yes. Then what exactly am I supposed to do? Live. That word became harder than any job I had ever done. I worked 12-hour days. I accepted every project my company offered. I learned everything I could, saved every dollar, and slowly built my own design business. 2 years later, I had an office. 3 years later, I had employees. 4 years later, people knew my name. But every success felt strangely incomplete. One evening, I sat alone in my office when a woman placed a coffee beside my laptop. You've been staring at that screen for 20 minutes, she said. I looked up. Who are you? Olivia Reed. Your new project manager. I didn't hire you. You hired my company. That sounds dangerously similar. She smiled. You need help. I manage fine. You work until midnight. I like working. You look miserable while doing it. I stared at her. She picked up her coffee. See you tomorrow, Ethan. She became my friend before she became my business partner. One afternoon, she asked, Who was Claire? I stopped typing. Daniel told you? No. You talk in your sleep. My face heated. I'm sorry. You don't have to apologize. I don't want to talk about her. Then don't. That was why I trusted Olivia. She never forced open a door I had closed. Months later, she said, Can I ask you something? Sure. Who are you without Claire? I frowned. What kind of question is that? A serious one. I am Ethan. That is your name. I'm a businessman. That is your job. I said nothing. Olivia leaned back. You spent years imagining yourself as Claire's husband. When that future disappeared, you had to build another identity. Her words stayed with me. That night, I finally admitted something I had avoided for years. I had not only lost Claire, I had lost the version of myself who existed beside her. Then, one Friday, Daniel called. Have you heard? Heard what? Claire married Ryan. I went silent. When? Almost a year ago. A year? Yes. I forced a laugh. Good for her. You don't have to pretend with me. I'm not pretending. You haven't moved on. I have. Daniel sighed. Ethan. I said I'm fine. After we hung up, I sat in the dark for hours. I remembered Claire laughing in the rain. I remembered our cheap apartment. I remembered her asking whether I would stay forever. I remembered my promise. Then I wondered if she was happy. Was Ryan kind to her? Did she still think about me? Did she regret leaving? I never called. She had made her choice. I had to respect it. Still, small things reached me. A former college friend once said, Claire doesn't seem happy. I shrugged. People change. Another time, someone mentioned that Claire and Ryan rarely appeared together anymore. I ignored it. Then Margaret Bennett called. My heart stopped when I saw her name. I answered. Hello. Ethan. Yes. I need to talk to you. About Claire. There was a long silence. Yes. My stomach tightened. What happened? I shouldn't have called. Mrs. Bennett, please. I am sorry. The call ended. I stared at the phone. I wanted to call back. I didn't. I had spent 5 years rebuilding my life. I refused to destroy it for another mystery. Months passed. Eventually, I noticed something strange. I could hear Claire's name without feeling pain. I could remember her without wanting her back. I could look at my life and feel proud. One evening, Olivia smiled at me. You look different. How? Peaceful. Maybe I finally am. She raised her cup. To moving forward. I smiled. To moving forward. That night, I returned home after a long day. I removed my jacket, loosened my tie, and made coffee. For the first time in years, my apartment felt like home. I sat down. Then someone knocked. I frowned. It was almost midnight. I opened the door. A little boy stood there alone. He wore a blue jacket and held a small backpack. I looked behind him. Nobody. I looked down again. The boy stared directly at me. Are you Ethan Carter? My heart suddenly began pounding. Yes. He swallowed. My name is Noah. I crouched down. Where are your parents? My mother told me to come here if something happened. Who is your mother? He looked at me with eyes that felt strangely familiar. Claire. I froze. The room seemed to disappear. I could barely breathe. Claire Bennett. He nodded. Yes. I stared at him. How old are you? 5. 5. My mind raced. Noah looked at my face for several seconds. Then he asked quietly, Can I stay with you? I could not answer. Did your mother send you alone? He shook his head. She said someone would bring me. Who? I don't know. Where is your mother now? He looked at the floor. She said she couldn't come with me. My throat tightened. Does she know you're here? He nodded. Did she tell you anything else? Noah reached into his backpack and pulled out a photograph. Mom said you would understand this. I took it. It was a picture of Claire and me from college. On the back, someone had written 3 words. Please protect him, Ethan. I looked at Noah. Are you hungry? A little. Come inside. He stepped forward. Thank you. I closed it. For 5 years, I had believed Claire was part of my past. Now her son stood in my home. I stared at Noah until my coffee went cold. Who brought you here? I don't know. Where is your mother? She told me not to say. Why? Because you might send me away. I swallowed hard. Why would I send you away? Because you don't know me. I don't know you. That's true. But I know your mother. Noah looked at me carefully. Mom said you would help me. Why? She said you were the safest person she knew. I almost laughed. Claire said that. He nodded. Claire hasn't spoken to me in 5 years. She talked about you. How often? Sometimes. What did she say? That you were kind. I looked away. Kind. Claire had left me without a goodbye, yet she had apparently been telling her son that I was safe. Something about that made my chest hurt. Where is she now? Noah lowered his eyes. I don't know. You don't know? She told me someone would bring me here. Who? I don't know. Did your mother leave you alone? No. Then where is the person who brought you? I don't know. I rubbed my forehead. Okay, let's slow down. Noah nodded. Are you hungry? Yes. Do you want pizza? Yes. For the first time, he smiled. I ordered food, then called Daniel. He answered immediately. It's midnight. What's wrong? You need to come here. Are you hurt? No. Then what happened? I have a child in my apartment. There was silence. What? A 5-year-old boy. Ethan, are you sure you're awake? I wish I wasn't. 20 minutes later, Daniel stood in my doorway. He looked at Noah, then at me. Who is he? His name is Noah. Where are his parents? I don't know. Daniel crouched beside him. Hi, Noah. I'm Daniel. Are you Ethan's brother? Yes. My mom told me about you too. Daniel's expression changed. He stood and whispered, We need to talk. I know. Daniel glanced at Noah. Does Claire know he's here? I don't know. Call her. I already tried. Again. I called. The number was disconnected. I tried an old number. Nothing. I tried Margaret. No answer. Daniel watched me. Let the boy stay tonight. I nodded. Tomorrow, we find Claire. Noah looked up. Can I stay here? Yes. His shoulders relaxed. Thank you. I looked at him more closely. His eyes were Claire's eyes. The same soft green. The same slight crease when he frowned. I suddenly felt uneasy. Where did you get that photograph? Noah touched the picture in his backpack. Mom gave it to me. Why? She said you would need it. I took it from him. It showed Claire and me standing outside our college library. I remembered that day. I had thought our future was certain. Does your mother keep many pictures of me? Yes. Why? She keeps them in a box. A box. She looks at them when she misses someone. I felt anger rise. She missed me. Noah nodded. Then why didn't she call me? I don't know. She could have. I know. Did she tell you why she left? No. I stared at him. Did she ever say my name? Yes. What did she say? She said you loved me. My breath caught. What? Noah looked confused. Mom told me you loved me before I was born. I could not move. Before I was born. The words echoed inside my head. I looked at Noah. How old are you again? 5. When is your birthday? He told me. My mind started counting. 5 years. Claire had left me 5 years ago. My hands became cold. Ethan? Daniel asked. I couldn't answer. Daniel stepped closer. What are you thinking? I don't know. Yes, you do. I shook my head. No. It can't be. What can't be? I looked at Noah again. His eyes. His face. The timing. Everything suddenly felt possible. Noah might be. I stopped. Daniel understood. Your son. I whispered. Claire never told me she was pregnant. Maybe she didn't know. 5 years ago. Maybe she found out afterward. I stood up. No. She would have told me. Would she? I looked at Daniel. He said nothing more. A hard knock struck the door. Noah flinched. I walked over and opened it. Ryan Mitchell stood outside. I almost didn't recognize him. His expensive confidence was gone. His face looked tired. What are you doing here? I came for Noah. No. Ryan looked past me. Noah, come with me. The boy stepped behind my leg. I want to stay with Ethan. Ryan closed his eyes. Ethan, you don't understand. Then explain. Claire never wanted this. Wanted what? For you to find out this way. My anger surged. Tell me where Claire is. I can't. Why? Ryan looked at Noah. Because he cannot stay here. Give me one reason. Ryan's voice dropped. Because Claire never told you what happened that night. I stepped closer. What night? I felt the floor shift beneath me. Ryan, don't play games with me. I'm not. You expect me to believe that? I expect you to hear me. You knew about Noah? I knew enough. How long? Ryan looked down. Long enough to regret it. You had 5 years to tell me. I was afraid. Of what? Of losing Claire. Of losing Noah. Of what would happen if the truth came out. I clenched my fists. You stole 5 years from me. I know. You don't get to walk in here and give me half a sentence. I know. Then give me the whole truth. Ryan looked at Noah. Not tonight. Why? Because once I tell you, nothing in your life will ever be the same. I looked at Noah again. Nothing in my life was the same already. And I was terrified of the answer. Ryan stared at me. Then he whispered, Ethan, Noah may be your son. Say it again. Ryan looked at me. Ethan, say it. He swallowed. Noah may be your son. I felt my hands go numb. You knew? I suspected. Suspected. I knew Claire was pregnant. When? 3 weeks after she left you. I stepped toward him. You knew for 5 years? Yes. Then why didn't you tell me? Ryan looked away. Because Claire was scared. She was scared. She wanted to call you. Then why didn't she? Her parents stopped her. I laughed bitterly. Of course they did. Ryan lowered his voice. James believed you couldn't provide a stable life for a child. He didn't even ask me. I know. He decided I was a failure before I had a chance. I know. And you helped him. Ryan was silent. That night, he finally said, Claire called me crying. She had taken a test. She was pregnant. With my child, she believed it was yours. I stared at him. Did she tell you that? Yes. Then why did you stay? Because I loved her. I clenched my fists. You loved her, so you stole my son? I didn't know if Noah was yours. You knew there was a chance. Yes. And you still married her. Yes. I wanted to hit him. Instead, I asked, what did you promise her? That I would protect her. That I would raise the child with her. That she wouldn't have to face everything alone. You should have told me. You're right. Don't say that like it fixes anything. It doesn't. I turned away. Tell me everything. Ryan took a slow breath. Claire never stopped loving you. My chest tightened. Don't. It's true. She chose you. She chose fear. She chose to leave me. Yes. Then don't tell me she loved me. She did. I looked back at him. Why did your marriage fail? Ryan's face hardened. Because I could never become you. What does that mean? She compared everything to what she had with you. Did she say my name? Sometimes. During your marriage? Yes. I felt no satisfaction. Only pain. Ryan continued. She kept your photographs. She kept your old letters. She even kept the first ring you gave her. I whispered, why? Because she never stopped hoping. For what? For the courage to tell you the truth. I shook my head. You had 5 years to help her find that courage. I was afraid. Of me. Of losing her. You lost her anyway. His eyes dropped. Yes. What happened? Our marriage became unbearable. I became jealous. I checked her phone. I questioned every person she spoke to. Because of me? Because I knew she still loved you. That doesn't excuse what you did. I know. Did she leave you? Yes. When? About a year ago. And Noah? She took him. Then where did he come from tonight? Ryan looked toward the door. I don't know exactly. Claire arranged it. Where is she? He hesitated. Ryan. She became sick. My heart stopped. What kind of sick? Serious. How serious? She couldn't keep food down. She became weak. The doctors found something. What? I don't know all the details. You're lying. I wish I were. A car stopped outside. Ryan looked toward the window. That's Margaret. I opened the door. Claire's mother stood there holding an old wooden box. Ethan, she whispered. I stepped aside. Come in. Margaret looked at Noah and covered her mouth. He's safe. I asked, why did you let this happen? She lowered her eyes. We were wrong. That's not an answer. James was afraid. He ruined my life. I know. You knew Claire was pregnant? Yes. And you kept her from me? Margaret began crying. We thought we were protecting her. You weren't. I know. She placed the box on my table. This belongs to you. I stared at it. What is inside? Everything Claire couldn't say. I opened the lid. Photographs. Letters. A hospital bracelet. My fingers stopped. The bracelet had Noah's name. I picked up the first letter. Should I read it? Margaret nodded. I unfolded the paper. Claire's handwriting looked exactly as I remembered. I read aloud. Ethan, I did not leave because I stopped loving you. My throat tightened. I continued. I left because I was afraid you would hate me when you learned about our child. I stopped. Noah looked at me. I forced myself to continue. I wanted to tell you. Every day, I wanted to call. But my parents told me you would never forgive me for hiding the truth. I believed them. My eyes burned. The letter continued. I was wrong. I should have trusted you. I lowered the paper. For 5 years, I had imagined Claire choosing another man because I was not enough. Now I understood something worse. She had loved me and still let fear destroy us. I looked at Margaret. Why are you showing me this now? She wiped her tears. Because Claire asked me to. Where is she? Margaret hesitated. My heart began pounding. Tell me. She is alive, Ethan. I stood frozen. Margaret took my hand. But she does not have much time left. I stared at Ryan. You expect me to forgive you? No. Good. But if Noah is your son, you deserve to know everything. Everything. Claire wanted you to know that she never blamed you. She blamed herself? Every day. For what? For believing other people knew your heart better than you did. I looked at Noah. Does he know? No, Ryan said. Claire never told him who his father might be. Why? She wanted to tell you herself. She should have. I know. Margaret whispered. She tried. When? Many times. Then why didn't she come? Margaret looked at me with tears in her eyes. Because she became afraid that she had waited too long. I closed my eyes. 5 wasted years. I had spent them learning how to live without Claire. Now I had to learn how to face her again, somehow. I sat beside Noah in the car while Ryan drove us toward Claire. Noah looked at me. Are you angry? Yes. At Mom. I swallowed. Yes. Do you hate her? I looked away. I don't know. Noah was quiet. Then he asked, Are you going to leave me too? My heart broke. No. You promise? I promise. Ryan glanced at me through the mirror. She wanted you to come. Then why didn't she come herself? She was afraid. Everyone keeps saying that. I know. I looked at him. I'm tired of hearing excuses. I understand. You don't. Ryan said nothing. After another hour, we stopped outside a small house near the coast. My heart started racing. This is where she is? Yes. I opened the door. Noah grabbed my hand. Will you come inside with me? I won't leave you. We walked inside. A nurse pointed toward a quiet bedroom. I stopped at the doorway. Claire was sitting near the window. For 5 years, I had imagined seeing her again. I had imagined shouting or walking away. I had never imagined seeing her this week. She looked at me. Then she saw Noah. Her eyes filled with tears. You found each other. I struggled to speak. Claire. She smiled. I knew you would come. You knew? I hoped. I stepped closer. You have a lot to explain. I know. Why didn't you tell me? Her smile disappeared. I tried. When? Many times. You had my number. Yes. You knew where I lived. Yes. Then why? She looked down. Because every time I reached for my phone, I remembered what I had done. You left me. I know. You took my child away. Her eyes closed. I know. You let me spend 5 years believing I wasn't enough. I know. My voice cracked. You had no right to decide what I deserved. She nodded. You're right. Say it again. I had no right. Then why did you do it? Because I was afraid. I turned away. I hate that answer. I hate myself for giving it. I looked back at her. Did you ever love Ryan? She was silent. I cared about him. That isn't what I asked. I loved him in a different way. And me? Her eyes met mine. I never stopped. I felt anger rise again. Then why did you choose him? Because I thought you would hate me. I might have been angry. I know. You should have let me decide. I should have. I sat beside her. Then Noah stepped closer. Mom. Yes. Can I ask Ethan something? Claire smiled. Of course. Noah looked at me. Can I call you Dad? The room became silent. I stared at him. Dad. One word carried 5 years of questions and every dream I had never known I could have. I knelt in front of him. You can call me whatever feels right. Dad. I nodded. Yes. He hugged me. I closed my eyes and held him tightly. I've waited a long time for you, I whispered. You knew I was coming? No. Then why did you wait? I laughed through my tears. I guess I didn't know what I was waiting for. Claire cried quietly behind us. I looked at her. You should have told me. I know. I would have come. I know that now. The door opened. Ryan entered. He looked at me. I need to apologize. I said nothing. He continued. I thought loving Claire meant protecting her from every difficult choice. You controlled her. Yes. You kept my son from me. Yes. You lied. Yes. I expected satisfaction. I felt only tired. I wanted to hate you. I said. I deserve that. But I don't want to spend another 5 years thinking about you. Ryan nodded. That is probably the best punishment you can give me. I looked at Claire. Then Noah. Are you leaving? Ryan looked at Noah. I am. Noah frowned. Are you coming back? Ryan knelt. I don't know. You're my dad too? Ryan looked at me. I understood the pain in his face. I helped raise you, he said. But I made many mistakes. Noah hugged him. Ryan closed his eyes. When he stood, he faced me. Take care of him. I will. And Claire. I nodded. I will. Ryan walked toward the door. He stopped. Ethan. Yes. You were always the man she loved. I don't need to hear that. I know. He left. Claire watched the door close. Do you hate me? I sat beside her. I hated what you did. She looked down. But I never stopped loving who you were. Her eyes filled again. I don't deserve that. Maybe not. I wish I could change everything. So do I. I wish I could give you those 5 years back. You can't. I know. I took her hand. What do you want from me now? Nothing. Nothing. I only wanted you to know the truth. And Noah? I wanted him to know his father. I looked at my son. He was sitting quietly nearby. I'll be his father. Claire smiled. I knew you would. You sound certain. I always knew your heart. Then you should have trusted it. She lowered her head. I should have. For the first time, my anger became smaller. Claire reached toward the table and picked up an envelope. What is that? My final letter. Another letter? This one is different. How? You can't read it yet. Why not? She placed it in my hand. Read this after I am gone. My fingers tightened around the envelope. Claire, promise me. I looked into her tired eyes. I promise. She smiled. Thank you, Ethan. I held the letter against my chest. For the first time since finding her, I understood something. I had come here demanding answers. Instead, I had found my son, my lost love, and a goodbye I was not ready to accept. And Claire still had one final secret waiting inside that envelope. I knew Claire was getting weaker. Every morning, I woke beside Noah on the couch and listened for her voice. Mom, I'm here, Claire would answer. Noah would run into her room. Did you sleep? A little. Are you better? Claire would smile. Better than yesterday. I knew she was lying. One afternoon, I brought her tea. You still hate tea, I said. I hate your tea. You drank it anyway. Because you made it. I smiled. Do you remember our first apartment? The one with the broken heater? And the window that wouldn't close? And your terrible cooking? My cooking was excellent. You burned pasta. Once. 3 times. I laughed. She laughed too, then became quiet. I miss that apartment, she whispered. Why? Because I thought we had forever. I sat beside her. So did I. She looked at me. I wasted so much time. We both did. No, I did. Claire, stop blaming yourself. I deserve the blame. You made a terrible choice. That doesn't mean you deserve to suffer forever. Her eyes filled with tears. I was afraid. I know. I thought fear would protect me. It didn't. No. It destroyed everything. I reached for her hand. We can't change it. I wish we could. So do I. Noah suddenly appeared at the doorway. Can we eat pizza? Claire laughed. You always interrupt serious conversations. I'm hungry. I looked at Claire. Pizza. She smiled. Pizza. For the next few days, we pretended life was normal. Noah sat between us during dinner. Dad, can I have more? Dad. Claire smiled. You like that word? Noah nodded. I really like it. My heart tightened every time he said it. One evening, I tucked him into bed. Dad. Yes. Are you staying? I am. Forever. I smiled. As long as you want me. I want you forever. I kissed his forehead. So do I. Later, I found Claire awake. You heard us. Yes. What are you thinking? That he loves you. He's my son. He's lucky. No. I'm lucky. Claire smiled. You always were. I shook my head. Not when I lost you. She looked away. I regret every moment I believed fear was stronger than love. I sat beside her. Don't spend your last days punishing yourself. I need you to understand something. What? I loved you every day. I closed my eyes. I know. No, Ethan. I need you to believe it. I do. The next morning, Daniel arrived with Olivia. Daniel hugged me. How are you holding up? I'm trying. Olivia looked at Claire. Can I see her? I nodded. Later, Olivia found me outside. You don't have to explain anything. I don't know what I'm supposed to feel. You don't have to know. I thought I was over her. You weren't. No. Olivia touched my shoulder. Claire isn't your enemy. I know. And no one needs you. I know that too. Then give him the life he deserves. I looked at her. What about me? You deserve one too. Even after all this. Especially after all this. I looked toward the house. Moving forward feels like forgetting Claire. It isn't. How do you know? Because remembering someone doesn't require you to stop living. Her words stayed with me. That evening, Claire suddenly called my name. Ethan. I rushed inside. What happened? I'm tired. I knelt beside her. Do you need a doctor? No. Claire. Please listen. Noah came running. Mom. She reached for him. Come here, sweetheart. He climbed onto the bed. Claire looked at me. I need 3 promises. Anything. First, never let Noah believe he was unwanted. He won't. Second, don't spend the rest of your life trapped in anger. I swallowed. I promise. Third. She paused. What? Let yourself love again someday. I looked down. I can't promise that. You have to. Claire, you deserve happiness. I nodded through my tears. I promise. She smiled. Thank you. Noah held her hand. Mom, are you okay? Yes. Then why are you crying? Because I'm happy. She kissed his forehead. I love you. I love you too. Her breathing became softer. I held her hand. I'm here. I know. Noah whispered, Mom. Claire opened her eyes one last time. Be good to your dad. I will. She looked at me. I'm sorry. You don't have to be. I love you. I love you too. Her hand slowly became still. I sat there, holding it. I didn't scream. I didn't move. I simply cried. After Noah fell asleep, I remembered the envelope. The last letter. I opened it with shaking hands. Ethan, if you're reading this, I'm gone. I stopped and wiped my eyes. I always loved you. I was just too afraid to fight for the life I wanted. I continued. Noah is the greatest gift of my life. Please protect him. Please teach him that he was never unwanted. My tears fell onto the paper. You once promised to make sure I never regretted choosing you. I broke that promise for both of us. I kept reading. Please don't remember me only as the woman who hurt you. Remember our laughter. Remember the library steps. Remember the cheap noodles. Remember that I loved you. I pressed the letter against my chest. Then I read the final line. Ethan, I thought losing you was my punishment. I was wrong. Losing the chance to grow old with you was the punishment. I closed my eyes. For 5 years, I had wanted answers. Now I had them. They hurt more than silence ever could. I folded the letter and placed it beside me. Then I felt a small hand slip into mine. I looked down. Noah was awake. I looked at the room one last time. Claire was gone, but her love was everywhere. I had lost the woman I wanted to grow old with, yet I still had the child she trusted me to protect. I squeezed Noah's hand forever. Dad, yes. Are we going home now? When I opened my front door, Noah ran inside before I could take off my coat. Dad, where do I put my shoes? I looked down. By the door. Like this. Exactly. He kicked them off and smiled. I stared at the tiny shoes beside mine. 5 years ago, This apartment had felt empty. Now there were toys under my table, crayons on my desk, and a backpack hanging from a chair. Daniel visited that evening. He looked around. You have a real family now. I shook my head. I don't know how to do this. Do what? Be a father. Daniel laughed. You already are. I don't know how to raise a child. Neither did anyone else before they became parents. What if I fail him? You will. I stared at him. That wasn't comforting. Daniel smiled. You'll make mistakes. You'll forget things. You'll lose patience sometimes. Being a father isn't about knowing everything. Then what is it about? Staying. I looked toward Noah. I can do that. Then you're already learning. The next morning, Noah woke me before sunrise. Dad, what? I'm hungry. I opened one eye. What do you want? Pancakes. I don't know how to make pancakes. Your dad. That doesn't mean I know everything. He grinned. Grandma said dads know everything. Your grandma lied. I burned the first batch. Noah laughed. Dad, they're black. They're special. They're dead. I laughed so hard that I nearly dropped the pan. For the first time since Claire died, my home felt warm. A week later, Ryan came to my door. I opened it. I didn't come for Noah. Then why are you here? He held a wooden box. I found this among Claire's things. I took it. What is it? Her memories. I opened the lid. Photographs. Old letters. The ring I had once given Claire. I looked at Ryan. You could have thrown these away. I couldn't. Why? Because I finally understand. Understand what? Why she loved you. I stayed silent. Ryan looked at the floor. I thought money, protection, and control could make someone stay. They can't. I know that now. I closed the box. I don't forgive everything you did. I don't expect you to. But I don't hate you anymore. Ryan looked surprised. Why? Because I don't want to spend another 5 years carrying you inside my head. He nodded slowly. That is fair. Take care of yourself, Ryan. You too. He walked away. I watched him disappear down the street. For the first time, I felt nothing but peace. A month later, James Bennett came to see me. I almost didn't open the door. He stood there with his head lowered. Ethan, may I come in? I stepped aside. He sat down. I owe you an apology. You do. I believed money could protect Claire. It didn't. I believed you couldn't give her a good life. I looked at him. I would have tried. I know. You took my choice away. I know. He wiped his eyes. My pride destroyed my daughter's chance at happiness. I said nothing. I cannot change what I did. Neither can I. What can I do? Help Noah never believe that money decides who deserves love. James nodded. I will. Months passed. Noah started school. The first morning, he stood at the door wearing a blue backpack. Dad, does my hair look okay? It looks fine. Are you sure? No. He laughed. You're supposed to say yes. I'll remember that. At school, he held my hand. Will you wait for me? I'll be here. Promise. Promise. When I picked him up, he ran toward me. Dad, how was your day? I made a friend. What is his name? Liam. What did you learn? Dinosaurs. I smiled. Important subject. At home, I helped him with homework. Dad, what is 7 plus 6? 13. That's too easy. Then why did you ask? Because I wanted to check you. I laughed. You're becoming dangerous. At dinner, he told me superhero stories for 20 minutes. I listened to every word. My career had once felt like the most important thing in my life. Now, these small moments mattered more. One evening, Noah sat beside me on the couch. Dad, yes. Do you still miss Mom? I looked at the photograph on the shelf. Every day. Does that mean you're sad? Sometimes. He leaned against my shoulder. Then why do you smile? Because missing someone doesn't mean you stop living. Do you still love her? Yes. Can you love me too? I pulled him closer. I love you more than I know how to explain. He smiled. Good. 5 years had passed since Claire left me. But I was no longer the man standing outside a closed door, waiting for someone to return. I was a father. I had lost Claire. That truth would always hurt. But I had not lost everything. I had gained Noah. I had found myself. I had learned that closure was not getting the person who left me back. Closure was learning how to live peacefully after they were gone. One night, Noah fell asleep with his head against my shoulder. I carried him to bed. Before leaving, I whispered, "Good night, son." He smiled in his sleep. I returned to the living room and looked at Claire's photograph. I kept my promise, I whispered. For the first time, I didn't feel anger. I felt gratitude. I still had difficult mornings. I still missed her voice, her laugh, and the future we never reached. But grief no longer owned me. Whenever Noah called me dad, I remembered that love could survive loss. It could change shape, become responsibility, become hope, and still remain love. I finally understood that my story had not ended with goodbye that night. I once thought the knock on my door was the beginning of another heartbreak. I was wrong. It was the sound of my new life asking me to let it in.